the Young and the Restless Spoilers. The Betrayal of Trust, a tale of business and family in Genoa City. The bright lights of Genoa City glittered in the night as Diane Jenkins sat alone in her office at Jabot. Her mind was a storm of regret and realization. The pieces had finally fallen into place, and the truth was undeniable: she had been deceived. Kyle, her son, had fallen into Victor Newman's elaborate trap, a scheme that had stretched out over months, sowing seeds of tension and distrust. Kyle had been manipulated into believing that he could prove his worth to his parents by helping Victor. In his desperation, he had handed over Jabot's trade secrets and proprietary formulas to Newman Enterprises. It was an act of betrayal that shook the foundation of the family company and one that Diane found utterly unforgivable. The repercussions were immediate and severe. Jabot was now under siege from negative press, with scandals and rumors tarnishing its reputation. Jack Abbott, Diane's partner and Kyle's father, was scrambling to contain the damage, but it felt like they were fighting a losing battle. The company's stock was plummeting, investors were pulling out, and confidence in Jabot was waning. Diane's heart ached with a mix of anger and sorrow. She had always believed in Kyle, trusted his judgment, and supported his ambitions. But now, as she looked at the undeniable evidence of his betrayal, she felt a cold resolve harden within her. She had to act swiftly and decisively to save what was left of their family legacy. With a heavy heart, Diane called for an emergency meeting with Kyle. The tension in the room was palpable as she faced her son. The words she had to say cut like a knife, but they were necessary. "Kyle, you've left me no choice," Diane began, her voice steady but laced with pain. "You are hereby terminated from your position at Jabot, effective immediately." Kyle's eyes widened in shock, then narrowed in anger. "You're firing me? After everything I've done for this company? For you? Everything you've done?" Diane retorted, her voice rising. "You've handed our most valuable assets to Victor Newman. You've jeopardized everything we've built." "I did it for us, for the family." Kyle shot back. "I wanted to prove to you and Dad that I'm not useless." Diane's expression softened for a moment, but only a moment. "Kyle, proving your worth should never come at the expense of betrayal. You were used, and now we're all paying the price." Kyle stormed out, his heart a turbulent mix of regret and defiance. He had hoped that his actions would finally earn him the respect and acknowledgement he craved from his parents. Instead, he had been cast out, his efforts seen as nothing but treachery. In the days that followed, Jabot continued to reel from the impact of Kyle's actions. Diane and Jack worked tirelessly, but the damage was extensive. Diane couldn't shake the guilt of not listening to her son's pleas earlier, of not understanding his desperate need to prove himself. She turned to Jack, seeking his counsel and support. "Jack, we need to bring Kyle back into the fold," Diane said during one of their late-night strategy sessions. "We need to find a way to make him understand the gravity of his actions and help him redeem himself." Jack sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Diane, Kyle's made his choice. He wants to build his own empire, one that competes directly with Jabot. He's not interested in reconciliation or redemption." "But he's our son," Diane insisted. "We can't just give up on him." "Sometimes," Jack replied gently, "the best way to show someone you love them is to let them go and learn their own lessons." Kyle, meanwhile, was resolute in his decision to carve out his own path. He was determined to create a company that would rival Jabot, free from the control and condescension he felt from his parents. He named his new venture Glassy, a bold move that sent ripples through the business community of Genoa City. Victor Newman, ever the puppet master, watched with satisfaction as his plan unfolded. He had successfully driven a wedge between Kyle and his family, using the young man's ambitions to strike at his longtime rival, Jack Abbott. But Victor's satisfaction was short-lived. He had underestimated Jack's resilience and Kyle's innate drive. Despite the setbacks, Jabot began to stabilize. Jack's experience and Diane's fierce determination started to turn the tide. They cut costs, restructured departments, and launched a PR campaign to rebuild the company's tarnished image. Slowly but surely, they were regaining lost ground. Jack knew that Victor's ultimate goal was to see Jabot fall, but he also knew that Kyle's venture, Glassy, would never truly threaten Jabot's legacy. Victor's plan was transparent. He sought to use Kyle as a pawn to dismantle Jack's empire, but Jack was prepared. He had faced Victor's machinations before and emerged stronger.